Hey, what's going on? This is Johnny back here. And in today's video, I want to talk about something that I think is very much overlooked and undervalued by a lot of people in this business. It's going to end up being the most profitable thing that you can master in internet marketing, and it's called email marketing. Most of your sales are going to be made in the follow-up process, right after your leads have been exposed to your offer a couple of times and after they've gotten to know you and trust you a little bit. So let's talk about how to do email marketing the right way. I know that some people might find this topic to be not as exciting or not as sexy as getting traffic and generating leads, but for me, this is one of my favorite topics because it's really where all the big money is made. The thing is that your email list is a long-term asset, and it really is the most important asset in your business. It's going to make it possible for you to really send large amounts of traffic to wherever you want to, right? So whether you want to get people to a blog post or a YouTube video or even a sales page, you can direct those people to wherever it is that you want them to go. And an email list is also going to allow you to basically make money at the push of a button. I mean, normally when you hear a claim like, push button money, it probably sets off a red flag in your head, right? It screams out, this is a scam is what it does. But if you are willing to learn how to do this the right way, then you really can send out a single email and make thousands of dollars within 24 hours, especially if you dedicate enough time and work so that way you can build an email list of a couple of thousand targeted people who really know, like, and trust you. I've heard it compared to an ATM or like an online cash machine. And what I want you to understand is that this is very, very powerful, and it is something that can become a reality for you in your business. Honestly, once you have everything all set up, this business really does become very simple. All you need to do is you need to build your list every single day, and you need to really communicate with that list every single day. So here's what most marketers do, and it's what I want you not to do. They'll try to sell, right? And only sell to their list. They end up mailing out a different affiliate offer every single day without providing any value. And maybe they'll make a couple of sales initially, but the people on that list end up getting tired of getting those emails that just pitch them a different offer every day. And so when this is how you run your business, you have to spend unbelievable amounts of money in order to really constantly replenish that list, because people are always unsubscribing, right? They don't want to stay on that type of list. And so the people that run their business this way, they are never going to really make good money in this profession unless their list is just absolutely massive. And I'm talking like 100,000 people or more. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that you don't want to use email swipe that's provided by your company. And if you do, then at the very least, be sure to rewrite it, right? And just put your own spin on it and make it unique to you and your personality. What I did in the beginning is I just basically just copied and pasted the emails that I got from my company, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't making sales. But here's what I know now. Most people are subscribed to multiple different email lists, and when they start to see the exact same emails coming in from different marketers, they're going to stop opening those emails, right? And I know this because it happened to me in the beginning, right, where I was subscribed to several different lists, and I found that I was literally getting duplicate emails from several people. And so what did I do? Well, I unsubscribed from all those lists, right? Because I didn't need to read those same emails 5 times. Here's the thing. You always want to stand out from the crowd and actually add your own personal touch into everything that you do. And the way that you're going to do this is by always leading with value. It's going to help you to really sell a lot more products and make more money, and you're not going to need a massive list to do that. The other thing that's going to happen is when you get the so-called freebie seekers on your list, those people are going to potentially you're going to be able to potentially convert those people into buyers. I really don't like the term freebie seekers because it has this kind of negative connotation towards those people, right? But the thing is that everybody is at a different stage in their life, right? We're all real people. It just might not be a good time for some people to buy any products at any given time, but every day is a good day for somebody to buy something. And so maybe you've got some people on your list who have never bought anything at all. They're just kind of at that learning stage, right? When they're kind of figuring things out. But when you can stand out from the crowd and people can see that you are somebody who is really open and honest and you're not just hiding behind your computer screen, well, your list is going to start to convert a lot better because those people are going to get to know you, right? And they're gonna see that you're just another person, just like they are. All right, so I want to talk about why my way of email marketing. Now, I believe that this is the only way, the right way of doing email marketing, simply because it works so well. So, how is email marketing this way going to help you? Well, it's actually going to help you become recognized as a leader in your niche. See, when you're shoving a different affiliate link down people's throats every single day and you're just trying to sell them something every single day, you're going to come across as desperate instead of being perceived as a real leader. And people want to work with and buy stuff from leaders, people who can help them, right? And it's also going to increase the lifetime customer value. When you can constantly really entertain or help your customers or your clients and just always show them what they need to be doing and keep them motivated, they're gonna keep buying from you over and over and over again, literally for years to come, because, well, they're gonna trust your recommendation, right? And the other thing is that you're going to need less leads to make big money, because when you just churn and burn your list by just promoting a different offer every single day, that list is going to deplete very quickly. This is why so many marketers need to spend so much money on list building. I mean, when you apply what I'm teaching, you are not going to need a very big list at all. There's actually a lady in the company that I'm promoting who built a 6-figure income with a list of 800 people. That is just about unheard of in this profession, and she did this by just building a real relationship with her list and always leading with value. It's also going to allow you to sell more expensive items, because when people trust you and those people look to you for guidance, they're going to want to, copy your strategies, right? And, they're going to want to use the same tools and the same resources and opportunities. And so they're going to join what you promote. And for me, I would much rather sell 10 products for $1,000 each than to sell 1,000 products for $10. No question, right? And so I touched on this before, but email marketing this way is also going to allow you to convert the so-called freebie seekers into buyers. So then, the quality of your leads isn't going to be quite as important anymore, right? As long as you follow my methods and you're consistent and you're patient. These people who are rudely referred to as freebie seekers, really they're just a little bit skeptical, right? And maybe it's because they've been scammed or hurt in some way in the past. But when you can get them to trust you and really see you as somebody who can really help them, their barriers are going to start to drop and they're actually going to start to take action on what you recommend them to do. The next thing is that you stand out from what 99% of other marketers are doing. My ultimate goal is to get people to see that I can offer them everything that they're ever going to need to build their business. And ideally, I would really like them to read my content, my emails, and my content only, nobody else's. And I want them to feel like they simply don't need to, right? I've got everything they need. The other thing is that you're going to find your core group of customers. Most people try to really market to anybody and everybody, right? But when you start to email the way that I teach, you're going to develop a core group of customers who trust you and follow where you go and buy whatever you are selling. And next, it makes it possible to revive a dead list. And so when your emails are constantly just jammed with value and maybe you've got some catchy subject lines, they're going to open that email and they're going to likely become captivated by what you're saying. And when they see that you're always delivering just value, 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 they are going to start to actively follow you again. You need to focus on the person that you're talking to on the other end of that email, right? And not on yourself. Nobody really cares what you want, right? It's all about how can you help the customer. And the last point that I want to make here is that you don't need to use hype to sell. You can just be honest and transparent, which is really, it's a lot easier to do, right? And it's really a lot more ethical. So emailing my way is going to build trust. And building trust is going to serve to position you as a leader and not as a follower. Leaders don't pitch every day, right? Because, well, they really don't need to. Leaders are people that, everybody wants to work with them because they provide value constantly. They're honest about who they are and what they stand for. Plus, leaders tend to make the most money, right? So it's also a good idea to actually specialize in something and don't be marketing too broad, right? So for me, I specialize in showing network marketers how to build their business online instead of using the traditional methods. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, the prospecting family and friends. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who have built really massive businesses and big downlines by doing it that traditional way. But I do know that there are a lot of people out there who struggle with it, right? And they would much rather learn how to just generate leads using internet marketing. And so I chose this sub niche because that's where I used to be. And so I would recommend that you start with yourself, right? And market to that type of person. And that's going to allow you to find your perfect customer because you know their pains and struggles and you really know how to speak to those pains and struggles, right? Because you've been through it. The other thing that I would recommend is don't ever mail for affiliates. Those affiliates are going to end up spamming your list. And so when you mail out random product launches and affiliate offers for other marketers, the people on your list they're going to end up getting on many different lists, right? And all those marketers that are essentially borrowing your list are going to start emailing your people themselves. And so your leads are going to end up getting distracted, right? They're gonna lose focus and they might even forget about you, and you definitely do not want that to happen. And next, you always want to over deliver in your content. Bring the freaking value in everything that you do. Honestly, the stuff that you're learning in this bootcamp, there are people out there that charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for this information, and it is knowledge that I've personally spent thousands of dollars to learn, right? Multiple thousands of dollars. But I really don't care. I just give away the farm for free in this bootcamp. I show exactly what needs to be done to really succeed, and I guide people towards the necessary tools and information. I know that some people might be afraid to give away too much for free because they feel like they won't be able to sell their products. And it's kind of ironic because it's actually the exact opposite. One of the more well-known marketers that I follow, this guy's got a ton of products, right? But the thing is that all of his information is also available on his blog for free, for completely free. Most people are kind of like me and, well, honestly, kind of lazy. They don't necessarily want to go searching through years and years worth of blog content. They would just as soon pay a premium price and get all that information in one convenient package. And so by delivering a ton of value for free, you can position yourself as an authority, and then when you do launch a product someday, people are literally going to be lining up to buy from you. So one of the things that I've found that really builds trust and rapport above everything else is sharing your stories and beliefs. I mean, you might think that your story isn't all that interesting or all that powerful, but one of the things that I found is that a lot of people are a little bit bored with their lives, right? They're looking to be entertained and to be brought into somebody else's reality. And by telling your stories, it's really the best way to accomplish this. See, the reason that people are researching, network marketing or internet marketing, any type of home business, is because they're unhappy with their current situation and they're looking for a solution, right? They're looking for a way to improve their situation and their life. And so if you become good at telling your story and sharing your kind of day-to-day stories, a lot of people are really going to be able to relate with that. They're going to be able to relate with your stories. And so when somebody hears a story that they can personally relate to, it really does something inside of them, right? It creates a type of emotional connection, and it can really hit a type of emotional trigger. So if you can build on this properly, people are really going to look forward to reading your emails every single day. And I mean, even if, let's say, they're at work, they might be thinking to themselves, I wonder what Johnny has to say in his email today. And so this is super, super powerful, and it's really where you want your email marketing to go eventually. Now, here's a question that a lot of people ask. How often should you email your list? So I would recommend that you email your list every single day, especially in this kind of home business space, because the more that you email, honestly, the more money you're going to make, right? You really want your list to become used to getting your emails and you being in constant contact, because if you're inconsistent with your emailing, then people are just going to forget about you, right? And you'd be surprised how little time it takes for that to happen. Everybody's got their own lives and their own things going on, right? Everybody's very busy. And so you want to really condition your list to receive daily emails. whatever you do, just be sure to always keep things value-based, and that your message comes from a place of really wanting to help them get results. And you want your leads to want to receive your emails. You want them to be waiting for your emails. At the very least, you should be emailing, I would say 3 to 4 times a week. Whatever you decide to do, just stay consistent. So when they first come onto your list, you should be completely overwhelming them with value for that first week, for sure, right? So that way you can get some initial momentum going in that relationship building process, and you can make a really good first impression. You can only make that first impression one time, right? So you want it to be good. And so this is where a bootcamp training like this one really becomes very, very effective. So you need to find a healthy mix of value and pitching, because, I mean, you still need to make money, right? This is a business. And in order to make money, you need to make sales, right? Simple as that. So this is something that I learned from a book by Gary Vaynerchuk called Jab, 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 Right Hook. So basically what he says in this book is that you need to essentially wear your potential customer down, right? Bring down their barriers by providing extraordinary value, and then boom, hit them with a pitch. And then you go straight back to value again. So even when I do send out an email with an offer in it, I still try to work in valuable content into that email, and then I just kind of lead into that sale, right? But my goal is that even if the reader decides not to buy anything, they will still get value from the email, and they're still going to be better off for reading that email than they were before. So another important point is this. You need to only focus on one main program, right? Don't try to sell 5 different things at one time. So that way, when you focus on one main program, people are going to know what you stand for. They know what you promote, and they know how you make money. This way, you're not going to confuse people, right? And you're not going to have them kind of heading in 5 different directions without any focus. And so these people are going to want to work with you because they can see that you're consistent and you're focused, just like a true leader. So here's how you can get your subscribers to actually help you build your list. The fact is that you are going to have some people who just love the value that you deliver, but they're never going to spend a penny. They're never going to buy anything from you, and it's unavoidable, right? It's going to happen, and it's completely okay. It just means that you're doing something right. It means that people want to hear from you. So what you can do in this case is you can periodically use a call to action where you invite your audience to share your content on Facebook or whatever main social media platform they might be using, because that one person might not be a buyer, but maybe they have a Facebook friend or a Twitter follower that will be a buyer. And so you can actually capitalize on those people in order to extend your reach. Facebook can be a very viral platform, and by getting people to share your content, it could possibly entice other people to check out more of your content, right? Say maybe on your YouTube channel or maybe on your blog. And if they like what they see, then they might end up subscribing to your email list as well. And social media shares are also very good for SEO. Google loves seeing people share content on social media, and so it can really help in your rankings for the search engines as well. So that is it for this video. Thanks a bunch for watching. Hopefully you got a ton of value. And if you do have any questions, then just leave them down in the comment section down below this video. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can subscribe to my full bootcamp training. The link will be in the description box below this video. And if you're watching this in the bootcamp, then you can feel free to move on down to the next lesson.